It's been 1 year since we first welcomed you into The Nest. And today, it's not going to be any different. I'm Esnari Villanueva, and thank you for tuning into the News Entertainment Student Television. And you're in for a show. Aaron is, I think he's across the street getting a burrito. Well, in other news, 2 weeks ago, Academy Award nominee and American actress Margaret Avery visited Hoover and spoke about her life in acting and gave her words of wisdom to some lucky Hoover students.
Well, I decided I wanted to help encourage kids to stay in school. I'm a former educator myself and psychologist, and I read about the huge dropout nationally, dropout from high school, and I know that kids don't realize how important education is in their dropout, how it's going to adversely affect them for the rest of their lives. And if they can get through this point in their lives, they're going to be so happy. They'll never regret it. High school dropouts make at least $1 million less in their lifetime than someone who has graduated from high school. And that affects you. And also I wanted them to realize that the decisions they make now are so important. And it's too bad that they have to be so young to make these important choices. But that's the way life is. Stay in school. Stay focused no matter what is happening in your life.
The end of the semester is approaching, and it's crunch time for students. With new classes around the corner and the pressure of raising grades up and maintaining them is getting to our heads. But here are some students that managed to strive academically and didn't let the pressure or circumstances get to their head.
My current GPA is a 4.0. 4.33.
4.0 weighted.
Do you have any extracurricular activities?
Yeah, I usually babysit, actually a lot. And I'm a part of the Young Life Club, and I'm senior class president.
I'm in Upward Bound, I work in yearbook, and there's also Gear Up for tutoring purposes.
Who supports you the most?
My dad. My family, my boyfriend.
Mainly my friends and family, they support me a lot, especially my family. They've been forcing me and helping me emotionally to get through school as good as I can and as fast as I can.
They push me to be my best, and not a lot of them went to college, so they really encouraged me to do that.
He always tries to be there for me. He always comforts me. He tells me everything's gonna be okay. Life is hard, but we have to make it the best.
What motivates you the most?
What motivates me the most is finishing college for my mom.
The negativity that comes in within my family, they think that I can't become somebody in life and that I won't do it. And that motivates me to be a better person and to become someone in life so that I can actually prove to them that, I can do it even though they don't believe in me.
She didn't get to finish college because she had me, so that's definitely my motivation, is just to show her that she did it, we did it.
My family, especially my two brothers, because I've been with them forever, and they've always wanted me to focus in school.
Do you pressure yourself to be a good student?
I do. Whenever I see a bad grade or I see something that's not good, I'm like, why do I have to be like this, or what am I doing to be wrong?
Sometimes yes, because I mainly think it's a mandatory thing to have a 4.0 to go to college or any university, but really, once I really think about it, it's more about who I want to be, what my effort is, and if I'm applying enough effort to my classes.
What do you think when people consider you as a perfect student?
I'm not a perfect student.
I wouldn't really consider myself as a perfect student because I don't really take enough time to really become the perfect student.
People always expect you to be perfect, oh my gosh, you didn't do homework? Yeah, I don't do homework sometimes.
I could be better and I could actually get to that level, but I know I would never be perfect.
Can you think of 3 words that describe you?
Hardworking.
Influential.
Trustworthy.
Happy.
Goofy.
Passionate.
Passionate.
And passionate.
after a report on financial aid night.
Well, financial aid is extremely important for students because that is your key to pay for college. That's how you apply for money to finance your college education.
Apply for your financial aid as soon as possible, preferably January and February. Have all your parents' documentations ready, W-2s, tax statements, income statements, and have everything ready.
In first-generation households, we don't understand that there's money out there to pay for college, and sometimes we hear, some schools cost $10,000, $20,000 to attend, but a lot of that can be paid through financial assistance. Even if you are a student who is not a resident or a U.S. citizen, there's options for students also.
It's very important, especially for a student who wants to go to college, because a lot of students might say that they don't go to college because of the money, but I think that's a lie. I think that anyone can go to college, and the money is printed every day, and you can literally get it from FAFSA, from work study, from scholarships.
Application season started January 1st, and so it's going to go all the way through March 2nd. And it's very, very important to make sure that you meet that March 2nd deadline. So don't turn it in March 3rd. If you do, you'll still get something, but priority will go to those who turn in the information by March 2nd.
If we all follow these tips, we should have a 4.0 in no time and successfully go to college. Muslim Student Association is a club where Muslim students get together and talk about their Islamic religion and culture. Here is Dana Van Rodante with the report.
In today's society, the media has portrayed the entire Muslim community as terrorists and that the Islamic faith teaches violence and hate. This past Tuesday, the Muslim Students Association held a talk during lunch in the auditorium about misconceptions of Islam. How do you feel about the media portraying the Islamic faith?
I feel like many Muslims like myself are often put into a category that we didn't ask to be a part of. We live normal lives just like everyone else, and this Islam that the media is portraying, that's not what is taught. That's not what Islam teaches, and that's not the Islam many Muslims practice.
We judge Muslims, if you're going to judge, you judge Islam by Islam. You don't judge Islam by Muslims. Just like you judge America by its laws, its government structure, not by the individuals that live in this country.
How do you feel about the media portraying the Islamic faith?
I feel like that the media spreads the wrong message of Islam, that it creates deduction and intolerance. It makes all Muslims look bad because of the actions of a few. The majority of the victims of these terrorist groups are Muslims, and it's not logical to claim to be part of a religion or a group or ethnicity and kill your own people. As humans, we need to unite because Muslims and non-Muslims are victims alike.
How is the MSA helping the Hoover community?
Well, we originally started this MSA club to give a voice for the minorities on campus who are often misrepresented, stereotyped, and dehumanized through mass media on a regular basis. It's to show Hoover students the true Islamic teachings and beliefs, and that it is the complete opposite of what is portrayed in the news.
If you want to join, remember, meetings are held in 1253 every Tuesday. Most students are oblivious to the fact that many of their colleagues commute from Mexico to Hoover on a daily basis. Amanda brings you all the details.
Every Hoover student commutes to school differently. Some ride their bikes, skateboards, or even walk. This could take a student under an hour. But has your commute ever taken 3 hours? Lexi Rodriguez is a freshman here at Hoover who commutes from TJ to school every morning by herself. How long does it take you to get to and from school?
It takes about 3 hours.
What's your daily routine?
My daily routine is I wake up at 3 in the morning and I get ready and change, and I'm usually out the door before 4. After I cross the border, I take a trolley, and after that trolley, I take another trolley. And that trolley, the second one, it takes me to Euclid, and from Euclid I take one bus, and that bus takes me to Hoover. It affects my GPA and my citizenship. Sometimes I sleep in my classes, and that's how my citizenship lowers. Or I don't do some of my classwork, so that's how my GPA lowers.
Are you in any extracurricular activities?
No, I am not. Usually, like right after school, I need to like take the bus to go like all the way to Tijuana. So I don't really have time to like do anything. So like I usually only have time to go take a shower and go eat and do my homework.
If you can change your situation, would you, and what would you do?
I would change my situation. My mom was deported a few years ago. So if I had the opportunity to bring her back, I would, and we would live back here in San Diego like we used to.
Lixie's route to and from school is very challenging, but that doesn't stop her from getting her education and getting to school on time.
As you may have noticed, Hoover has new vending machines, and now take credit cards, have more of a variety, and introduce healthier beverages for us to drink. Stephanie heads out to find out more.
Hoover has recently installed brand new vending machines replacing the old ones. Students may now purchase snacks and beverages with the new and improved vending machines.
We were able to get these vending machines through a contract that was lent by the school district's strategic sourcing department with Canteen. That was a couple years ago. They put the vending machine enclosures in and put the vending machines in. After I saw your article in the Nest several weeks ago about how bad they were, I did some additional follow-ups with our strategic sourcing people and explained to them that we were not getting any response from Canteen when I was calling about issues with the machines.
I like everything. Now I could use my debit card when I don't have change.
I actually really like the vending machines, and what I like about it is how you don't have to carry that much change and just have a credit card on you.
Now with the new vending machines, students can pay with a credit card as well as cash.
These are state-of-the-art machines that I'm aware of. Obviously, they're a huge upgrade from what we had. The other ones did not operate properly. They took the money. There was out-of-date product and just an overall eyesore to the campus. So we've worked hard to not only improve the technology, but also so that students and visitors can rely on getting a quality product, and also so that we can keep them safe. We're working with the company to make sure that the roll-up doors that protect the equipment are maintained and operate properly throughout the day. Our school district has a contract with a vending machine company, so we didn't really have much choice in whether we wanted them or not. We have them, so we wanted to make sure that they operate properly and that that kids and adults have some sort of choice when it comes to snacks.
We as humans are naturally happier and more relaxed when we eat healthy foods, when we get off the couch and go out and exercise, when we sleep more at night and put down our phones. Here's Angelica bringing you a report on health and fitness.
Only 1 in 3 children are physically active every day. Less than 5% of adults participate in 30 minutes of physical activity each day. Only 1 in 3 adults receive the recommended amount of physical activity each week.
Do you have a hard time with fitness? Well, we're here today to show you different ways on how to stay fit. What are some basic workouts for staying fit?
Well, it just depends on what exactly your goals are. I mean, most people have goals where they want to either lose weight, gain muscle, or tone their body. So it kind of depends on that. If you want to gain muscle mass, you're going to want to use heavier weight and do less reps. If you want to tone your body or lose weight, then you're going to want to add a lot of cardio, do lighter weight.
How can someone start working out?
Get off the couch. I've always found that it's so much easier to stay motivated and continue your workout program if you have someone else who has the same desires as you.
How do you guys stay fit either at school or somewhere else?
A big part of that is for school I play basketball, and I also have a fast metabolism, so it helps as well.
Oh, I run track and cross country. That's how I stay fit.
How do you eat healthy at lunch?
I always try to get some greens in there, like some salad, some grapes for real.
Yeah, eat fruits and vegetables too.
What are some foods you recommend students to eat to stay healthy?
Well, the first thing I would say is that there isn't a single food that is, like a miracle food. It's not like food is a pill. It's the combination of things. And the best way to say it is things, in terms of fruits and vegetables, things of color. Something red, something green, something yellow, something blue, something purple. All of these things, and to have them regularly in fruits and vegetables.
How can you get into better shape as a Hoover student? Join a Hoover sports team or utilize the gym and workout room after school. Also, don't forget the YMCA offers free memberships to students in their Y Tip program. But working out is only half the battle. Skip the processed foods at lunch and eat a colorful salad.
Organized sports are a really good way to get out there and do something you love doing while getting a good workout. Here is Adon with this week's sports update.
Welcome to my last broadcast of Hoover Sports. This week we're happy to bring you coverage on boys and girls basketball, boys soccer, and we introduce boys volleyball and badminton.
January 12th, the boys varsity basketball team went against San Diego High and beat them with a score of 75-41. Unfortunately, that following week on Friday, boys varsity basketball lost against the Morse Tigers, 51-75. Then on last Friday, our boys varsity basketball went against Patrick Henry Patriots in a home non-conference match. In the first quarter, Hoover up by 2, 18-16. Then Patrick Henry comes back, more than doubling against Hoover's second quarter score, 14-6. The third quarter ended with Hoover only up by 1, 18-17. Then in the fourth quarter, the game ended 10-10, finalizing the game 57-52, Hoover's loss, giving us the current record of 8-10. Last Friday, girls varsity basketball also went against Patrick Henry Patriots in a home conference match. The game ended 65-8, Hoover's loss. Last Wednesday, boys varsity soccer went to Kearney High where they faced the Kearney Comets. Good nor bad, we tied 1-1. The following Friday, boys varsity soccer lost going up against Mira Mesa Marauders in an away non-conference match, 0-1. Girls varsity soccer also went up against Mira Mesa Marauders in an away non-conference match, but unfortunately lost, 0-4.
When is boys volleyball season?
Early spring.
How are you preparing for season?
Tuesdays through Thursdays, we have conditioning in the weight room from after school for about 2 hours.
Why would you encourage others to try out?
I would encourage others to try out because volleyball is more than just a sport. When you come in and join, you become part of our family, so we develop special bonds like me and Brendan have, and not just me and him, the whole team, of course, but we pretty much become a brotherhood. So, yeah.
What should others bring to tryouts?
People should bring shorts and shirts that they could work out in. They should also bring shoes that are comfortable that they could also work out in.
Is there anything else people should know?
Well, playing volleyball or any other sport, you have to have a physical, so come by during conditioning, and to get one, the earlier you do it, the better. And if you have any other questions, then you could find me or Brendan or any of the other volleyball players around campus.
There's also a meeting this Thursday after school, and it's going to talk about the requirements for volleyball.
Here I am with badminton coach Mr. Ta. So Mr. Ta, what do you want to get out to the students?
So basically, badminton season, we started preconditioning, and it's every day, Monday through Friday, from 3:30 to 5. And then we also have open gyms on Saturday from 1:30 to 4 o'clock.
Make sure to join badminton. Everyone thinks it's easy, but it's really not. It's full of cardio, and make sure to be persistent about going.
Human trafficking is a big problem, not only in San Diego, but globally. You never know the intentions of the person that is walking across the street. Sulady sits down with the woman that is in charge of the human trafficking division in the police department, Summer Stephens.
Hi, I'm Zuleidi Barrales and I'm your host for today. Today in Red Couch, we welcome Summer Stefan, who's in charge of human trafficking. Hi Summer, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So the first question is, what's human trafficking?
Human trafficking is when you deprive somebody of their liberty for purposes of either sex exploitation or labor exploitation, or both. What that means is if you take a young person and you use them for prostitution or for pornography, that's human trafficking. It's a very serious felony and it's so destructive to young people's lives. Sometimes it can lead to disease, to AIDS, to other diseases, or sometimes to death because they're subjected to a lot of violence. Labor trafficking would be if you use somebody for labor, like you have them cleaning for you, doing everything without paying them and not giving them food and putting them in poor conditions. So that would be more like labor trafficking.
Who can become a victim?
Really anybody. And sadly, San Diego is on the top 13 cities for child prostitution. Those are, we know the ages of 14 to 15 are the primary ages that girls are being used for prostitution. So that's the young high school age. That's why this program is so important that you're bringing awareness, and that's why the district attorney's office is here to support you and to tell these kids that what might appear as glamour or what might appear as love, somebody promising that you're going to be going to parties, you're going to be glamorous, you're going to be in a music video, might turn out to be a whole bunch of lies, really just a way so they can make money off of these girls.
Does human trafficking happen more often than we think?
It does, because the victims don't come forward. They often don't know they're victims. They think they did something wrong. They're the ones who made the mistakes. They're the ones who are prostituting themselves. But they need to understand that when they're minors, they are not guilty of anything. They are victims, and we're here to protect them. So sometimes they feel like they got over their head, but there's no help. But there is help. They can call police, or if they're not comfortable with that, they can call the human trafficking hotline 24 hours a day. So everyone should enter the text number in their phone, which is Be Free, BEFREE 233-733.
Okay. How can Hoover students get involved?
Just by doing what you're doing today. Education and awareness is so important because knowledge is power. We see that when we teach girls, even in boys and girls clubs, about the tricks that might be played on them, about watching out when an older guy is romancing you. Maybe he's trying to get you into some of this exploitation business and use you to make money. When we tell them, when they become educated, they become resilient and they know the game and they know how to avoid it and how to say no to it. So that awareness is important. Also, educate yourselves about the signs. If you see a friend that has a bruise or her attitude has changed, she has no interest in school anymore, she has 2 cell phones or a fancy cell phone that it doesn't seem like she can afford, if she's missing school, especially Friday to Monday, because of truancy, because of being out there doing this terrible work night after night, having their body used that way, then tell someone, tell an adult so that this girl can get help. This is so important because I don't think people realize that if you stay in prostitution, the average age of death is 34 years old. That is so young. That is much faster than even going to the military or to a war zone. So don't buy the lies. If a person really loves you, they would never ask you to sell your body for money.
Thank you for joining us, Summer.
The Powerball last week had lots of people talking. The possibility of $1.6 billion at your hand for just a $2 ticket. In this week's QQ, Diane heads out and finds out what you would do if you won the Powerball.
Hi, I'm Diane, and this week's QQ is what would you do if you won the Powerball?
I would buy myself a mansion, and I would just get a lot of pugs, dogs, and everything.
I would buy like a lot of cars, and then like I would do stupid stuff.
I would buy a lot of keys for more success.
I would pay the school to get better lunches.
All right, I would buy like all the Jacks, you know what I mean, so I could eat there all the time. Jack in the Box, I'm coming.
I'll probably buy a nice house for my family, buy them awesome cars, hook them up. You know.
What would I do if I won the Powerball? What would you do? I'll buy lots of chips and shoes. I will buy anything for my mom. I'll buy everything, whatever she wants, and then the rest for me.
I would quit school. I would especially quit school because of third period.
I'd buy a lot of band merch, that's for sure.
I wasted on a contract with Dorados Aguados over there in Ensenada. I play with them, you know, because soccer's my life.
I would feed all of Africa.
Buy a lot of protein shakes.
Make City Heights a better place?
I think I want to start over.
I would buy all the burritos that I can. Thank you for everything. Televisa.
If I won the Powerball, I would give many people a small loan of $1 million and give Aaron his burrito. This week, we put on our dance shoes and learn about the dance team in Clubbing It, and we wrap up the show with the Cardinal calendar.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lott. Welcome to another episode of Clubbing It. Today we'll be talking about the new dance team. This dance team has been recently re-established and are recruiting members. What convinced you to make a dance team?
What really convinced me to make a dance team is that Hoover doesn't have a dance team, and I know that there are dances at Hoover, but there's no safe place for them to dance and be themselves.
What type of dance style would you guys be doing?
We'll be mainly focusing on hip-hop and anything else that our choreographers come up with.
And what do you think the dancers will be gaining from this experience?
Definitely a lot of exercise.
How did you become the advisor for the dance team?
So actually, I met Drew Dang, the captain or one of the captains for the dance team, through homecoming, because I'm actually also the faculty advisor for class of 2017. So I met him and a few of the other members like Jamila and Greta and stuff that way. So that's kind of how I became advisor.
What encourages you to dance?
What encourages me to dance is that it's a very fun and active activity that keeps me really going, and it just really brings out my true personality, and it makes me very open. It also helps me with stress.
What do you like about dancing?
What I like about dancing is that I get to express myself and to put my emotions out there through body language and by different movements and different type of dances, which I really enjoy doing.
How do you feel about getting into dance again?
Well, I feel actually really good because now it's less stressful. We all get to distribute all the different tasks to all different team captains, which is way better because then we put it all together in a mixed type of thing. And it comes out really good, and it's just way less stressful than it was before.
The dance team meets every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at the back quad from 3:30 to 5 p.m. The deadline for applications will be this Friday. You can receive and turn it in to HB or the president, Andrew Dang.
CLNS News Entertainment Student Television.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's Cardinal calendar. Don't forget to apply for FAFSA. Gear Up is holding FAFSA application workshops every day in room 405 in the computer lab, and every Monday in room 1201 from 2:30 to 4. Go for a chance to win a scholarship, an iPod, and movie tickets. If you have already submitted your applications, bring a copy for a chance to win the raffle. Help with the Dream Act applications will also be available. Gay Straight Alliance meets every Tuesday in room V2 during lunch. Go and support the LGBTQ community. Saturday school is available for students looking to make up absences.
Make up to 4 absences every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Sunday, January 31st is National Backwards Day. Do everything backwards and post on social media with the hashtag National Backwards Day.
This is the last calendar of quarter 2. Next week is the beginning of quarter 3. Monday, February 1st, you will have new classes and see new faces.
And that's a wrap for this week's Cardinal calendar. Keep it together. We are halfway done.
Thanks for tuning into The Nest this week. Make sure you stay tuned and remember, Wednesdays are awesome.